Greetings, everyone. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka SGIB Magazine. That stands for Soldiers Got Intention to Believe That. And everyone should be soldiering for something. Wait a minute. A dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And on the PBG's production, it stands for Photos by Gerard, the best and freelance publicity photography. And owner of the Borough Corporation, which is the not-for-profit entity of me, that stands for Be Ever Remembering Your Love. I want to give a big shout out to Blaze the Mic. They are doing their thing in New York. The whole team, Kenny, Squeaky, Jamie, and the rest of them. We are trying to network together to bring artists here to the Philippines. I went to sort of this one club that I had my eyes on because it billed itself as the first hip-hop club, or the hip-hop club here in the Philippines. When I went to see them yesterday or the day before, I kind of took inventory of the club, and it only holds a capacity of 54 people, which makes it very difficult to really make any money, so unless there's another motive, as far as bringing artists from the States there, we haven't figured out just quite what that would be. I also want to welcome aboard Lorna, who's come aboard. She's our Linguistics department, if I'm not pronouncing that right. Linguistics. What it means is that she translate, the songs from English to Bisaya, and translate the songs from Bisaya to English, so that Ellen Bayou, who is my artist here in the Philippines, she is a daily Showtime winner, and I have been working with her to not only learn new songs, but to more importantly know what she's singing about. Because when I was once upon a time, when I learned about music, there was a girl called go back and you'll find out who she is, and she taught me the importance of reading the lyrics from artists, and we studied Prince. Prince was phenomenal when reading his lyrics. They never wrote love songs for me. I've always had to be able to take love songs that were written eventually and incorporate them to me as if anything, an asexual, at the time, because I wasn't ever quite a ladies' man, but I have molded myself into one, which is a good thing. It's feeling good about yourself and feeling that you have value is so important. There was a time when I didn't think I had value. There wasn't a time when I felt good about myself or anyone around me in my circumference who would encourage me to feel good about myself. The only time I ever had encouragement, it was one of my mother's friends. His name was Terry Lomax. I'm not going to go into about my mother, but she was into entertainment business. She was a hostess. I guess I might as well. She was a hostess, and this was at an era when the gay culture was still kind of underground. So she would host clubs after hours, and if she wasn't hosting the club, that wasn't the place to be. So a lot of celebrities would also follow her wherever she went. We had celebrities come to our home. We had one called Jimmy who played on Dark Shadows. For those of you who remember Dark Shadows, his name was Quincy. He had the big, thick sideburns. He would come over to my mother's house about every 3 or 4 days to eat her leftovers. And literally, you can watch him. You can watch him gain weight from eating my mother's cooking. Sly Sloan's manager gave us Christmas gifts, and Donna Ross came by one time. So one of those type of things. So anyway, she took us to the Pillsbury Doughboys creative studio, and it was fascinating because he showed us the project he was working on and stuff like that. We really weren't, really like most young people and most children, you really can't grasp the importance or not the point, the monumental, you know, grasp of what you're being exposed to later on in life. That's why when I talk to children or when I talk to them, I talk to them pretty much as an adult. Although I know they don't understand what it is that what I'm saying, I hope that as they grow in the later years, it'll hit them like, oh, that's what he meant. Because it's happened to me plenty of times. Just eventually it coming around and hitting me, and I say, wow, okay, I get it. So anyway, my mother had a friend named Terry Lomax. Terry Lomax was an English actor, but his claim to fame at the time was being a clown. He was one of the best clowns around, and at this time, drinking was a thing. My mother drank. Speaking about the gay culture, there was a lot of producers, directors, actors who were gay but didn't want to come out the closet or couldn't come out the closet because at that time it was not socially acceptable. So when they went out of town for their projects or they went out of town to do a premiere or an opening, they always asked my mother to come, and my mother would be on their arm. So often the time my mother would end up in a paper as the so-and-so on his arm is Duchess, or the best dressed couple was Duchess. Steve McGowan, who was one of the directors of the Flip Wilson show, who was one name I remember because I also later being his pharmacist. But anyway, Terry, we went to Terry's house, and Terry, my mother, they drank that. That was the thing. And when I went to Terry's house, he had this mural collage. I guess that it just hit me. That's probably why I like building collages, because of the impact of what he installed on me as a child. There's another perfect example of what I'm talking about, the impact of things that hit you later on in life. That's the impact of collage. But he had this collage on the wall, and he said, "Come here." He said, "Come here, Gerard." He says, "What do you see there?" And I was looking at it, and I was looking at it, and I was looking at it, and he was standing there watching me, looking at the painting, the collage, and then it was like magic. I started seeing the outline of a huge face of a clown within the mural. All the other pictures were placed inside the mural, a very faded image of a clown that was sad, that was crying. And I said, "I see a clown." And he bent down short. He was short, so he didn't have far to go. He came to me, he said, "You're special." He said, "You are the only person who ever saw the clown without me showing them." And I was like, wow. When he said that I was special, when he said I was different, I never forgot that feeling. I never forgot how great it was, for someone to tell me that I was special, I never forgot that moment. Never forgot that moment. Terry later on died about 2 weeks later. He committed suicide. He was a very sad person. But we all need not only praise, gratification, but we all need it to stem from within ourselves. So anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about, which is virtually nothing other than just how when you I was talking about learning songs. They never wrote love songs for me. So Prince, understanding his lyrics and reading his lyrics, he painted a picture in my mind of what true romance, true love, loving a woman, or truly the different levels of a woman, like a Billy Jack bitch, or Fairmont. Like Fairmont was a song, about voyager, about voyaging, looking. He's standing behind a curtain and he's watching this guy and girl, and he's being, rough with her, and just come, oh my God, come. There's just so many songs of his that I read the lyrics, and I had come to appreciate him as one of the greatest songwriting lovers of all time, in my opinion. He became that for me, so I followed him and just threw myself into the learning of the lyrics of Prince. Now, granted, with his new with me, learning new music is a state of mind. Like when they used to send me CDs in New York for the magazine they wanted me to review. That's why I say the press kit is so important. The press kit is a CD, bio, and a photograph. I would take it and throw it in the back seat of the car. Because it has to hit me to want to hear new music. And I have to be in a position where I wanted to listen to it. And there's nothing like driving. You send in a CD over the internet and all this stuff, and I guess it's possible, but I've never experienced listening to a press kit over the internet where it had my undivided attention, other than I'm falling asleep. And that's something else. Sometimes I'm asleep and a song would hit me, even on the radio. I mean, I get drunk on a plane. There's one artist, I don't know, in the country western. I'm getting drunk on a plane, and it was something like that. I was sleeping. I woke up and said, "What is that song?" So sometimes when you're sleeping too, a song can hit you. So I'm saying all that having Lorna on board, she's able to translate the songs from Bisaya to English, which is a good thing, and then vice versa. So this way I can know what it is, what's being sung. Ellen's coming along fine. So a reason I post a lot of videos, because I hope you'll be like her and I, and see the progress that she's making, in her representation of the music that she's singing. My goal for Ellen is to have her in Las Vegas at the end of this year. There's a strong Filipino community there in Las Vegas that I would like to set up some type of a venue for them to listen to her. And not only that, there are friends of mine in Las Vegas who have already assured me that they would have her on stage, or get her on stage. And not only that, from Las Vegas we go to New York, just like I'm doing with the magazine. I distribute it in Las Vegas and New York. We'll go to Las Vegas and then we'll go to New York, and there are people, believe you me when I say there are people waiting for her now, they're waiting for her now. Because I've always been known as someone who brought quality talent. There wasn't any question that whoever got on the stage representing me were worthy of that. So that's a good thing. That's my ultimate goal for her. And so, but in doing so, with her repertoire now, it's not really geared for a Vegas performance. So we're working on that, and she's coming along fine with that. I posted a thing about Sammy Davis Jr. as being one of the greatest entertainers of all time, and you can see, if you watch the video, you can see why I think that. And the thing about Damn You Janae, and I'll tell you the story because it's not written there. Because Janae, it was Janae, Bonnie, Carmelita Pimpin, and Sally Rogers. We were all at Bonnie's house because, I always hung out at Bonnie's house. Not only as a photographer, but she also babysitted my two daughters, or her and Janae played with them, etc. A lot. So, in fact, you may have seen Gerard. When I find myself talking too fast, I say the name Jerry a few times because it's for Jerry Pittman. And Jerry Pittman once told me that I talk too fast. So I kind of have kind to rely to say his name a few times. So this way, it kind of reminded me to slow down. So, Jerry was the first black limousine owner in Los Angeles, as well as a close confidant and friend of Bonnie Hilton Sweeney, who was the founder of the pre-Grammy party, and also close confidant and manager to the Godfather soul, Mr. James Brown, and editor of his magazine called The Truth. And he is married to Carmelita Pittman, who is also part of the founders of the pre-Grammy party. She's been there from the very beginning and was on the ground floor of that. So big shout out to her too. So anyway, he always told me I talk too fast, so I kind of calmed down and kind of slow down. So now, so I was talking about music, I think, and the importance of feeling what's being sung. And important what's being sung in the lyrics, and Lorna has come aboard to help with that. So so that's my goal for her. So one thing about being in the Philippines, dealing with girls here are a lot different than dealing with them in the United States and and anywhere else. Where it's hard to conceive that you can have a girlfriend. Someone asked me how many girlfriends. This girl asked me, Gerard, how many girlfriends you have? I said, well, let me see. Are you a girl? She said, yes. Are you my friend? I said, yes. Well, count yourself as my girlfriend. And she started laughing because she realized that a girlfriend to me is a girlfriend. If I had male friends, they'd be my male friends or boy friends. Now if you want to ask me how many lovers I have, well, then that's a different story. But girlfriends, I have a lot of them. I have absolutely a lot of them. So it's hard to conceive how you can befriend a girl, here in the Philippines, and not it being perceived as something beyond what I just explained of having a girlfriend. But once they that point of trust has been bestowed upon you, because that's what it is. It's bestowed upon you. It's easy. It's very easy. It's very easy to cross the line on that trust. As far as implementing my Western cultures on her by either trying to have a sexual encounter with him, I guess, to say something else. Because it's just easy. It would be easy, but out of respect to girls, and to respect to the culture, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't cross the line, nor do I want to. It's not about conquest. Yeah, there was a time it might have been about conquests. How many can you get? How many? I always say, I won't have one girl 20 times, but at least try to have them all once. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's a beautiful thing to have that trust. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I have one that cooks fish, and there may be up to about 4 girls here, and laughing and giggling, and I'm inviting a male friend this Wednesday, Kenny, on the bridge. But there's nothing like having them around. Ellen and her daughters, and her having teenage daughters. It's like this is what I've been missing in my life, not having minds around during that teenage years. Not that other than just having them in the home, just have them move around and doing what girls do. It's very nice, very nice. I am so much of a family. I am like a family man with no family. You know what I'm saying? And always frustrated me about my own family is that once my Aunt Helen's husband died, Rashid, who used to actually be the backbone of the family, because we used to always go to his house. We often would go to his house and play cards, cook out, and all that stuff like that. But when he passed away, it's like it broke up the whole family. There was no one who stepped up to fill that void, to have that meeting place. And I always look for them. I always look for that meeting place. I always look forward to having my family around. And it's nice living in cultures. I had gotten that family back living with the Russians and the Ukrainian. I had it with living with, a Spanish, with my second wife Carmen, with her family, being Puerto Rican, twice, so it was just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful having a family. Yesterday when I went over to see my Street Hearts family, it was nice, man. It was nice being welcomed. It was nice, them, crowding around, if anything, out of curiosity, but more so, just welcoming. It's a good feeling. It's really a good feeling. Today I plan to go over to see my godchild for the first time. I brought some things I'm going to take over there, and I want to hold her. I want to have that baby in my arm. One thing's different here in the United States is that you can't talk to someone's child. You can't hold a child's hand. You can't put your arm around a child. You can't say, "Look at you, you're beautiful," and give them a hug like this, without being misconstrued as something else other than just the warmth of a child. Here it's different. I feel so blessed and so full of love and so full of joy and so full of wanting to extend and open up my arms and my home and my wallet, whatever I have, to make their life easier. And it's a good feeling to be able to do that for them. I was telling someone that once you love somebody, you don't stop loving them. You don't turn love on and off like that. You can't just say, okay, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. You can't do that. And my situation before, I can't hate, I can't hate her, I can't, And someone asked me, well, why you want to do so much for her after all she's done to you? I said, because I love her. You don't understand. I still love her. I want her to walk away from this situation here a winner, whatever it takes, a winner. I wanted to have that medal on her chest that she won here, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, whether it takes money or whether it takes, my eating, a mile and a half of dog shit, whatever it takes for her to say, I won in that situation. I want her to wear that. I want her to have that. If nothing else, I want her to hold her head up high after being with me, even at the cost. Which might happen, is that, I might have to postpone my trip to New York by 1 month because of what arrangements that I'm trying to make with her So she'll walk away a winner. You know, and it means so much to me. It means so much to me. So, other than that, I'm gonna end it right here. And going to say, yeah. Let me see what happens here. I don't know. Sometimes this thing's crazy. Sometimes, of course, like I said, sometimes it's crazy. Okay. Okay. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka SGIB Magazine. Remember, dreams and nothing more than plans of winning action. Never disrespect the elderly, and always pull someone up. Now, this song here I've been stuck in, and Ellen did a recording of it. This song is about two loves, having two lovers, but more so the heart, why is it not capable of, I may be paraphrasing it wrong, or why is it able to love two? Why must you have to choose? Why can't I love you just as much as I love you? Why can't, I'm carrying on, now why not the time I spend with you be the most special and precious time for you and for me? Just like the time I spend with you, why can't it be just special and precious to you as it is to me? That's why often the time when I'm with somebody, I don't answer my phone. I don't text. Because there is nothing in the world at that time more important than you, right in front of me. And I'm not going to take away from that. I don't want to take away from that because you're special to me. If I didn't want to give you my all, you wouldn't be there. Now, if I'm expecting something, I might say, look, I'm expecting someone to text or something like this, I'm going to answer it or whatever. Just like, you remember back in the day when someone used to come over and sit at your house and your phone would ring and say, oh, look, I'm expecting a call. I have to take this. See, texting did away with that editing, that etiquette. All it takes is bing, and you could be right in the middle of a sentence and it's like, you look at the top of their head like, damn, Or, it's also interesting, real quick, and I'm going to go, it's interesting when, if you watch people, especially girls, they might sit over here texting, and you don't say nothing. You may be having your drink or whatever like this. And then you say, well, let me check my phone. And as soon as you pick up your phone and check it, they hang up theirs and like this. It's like, wait a minute. What's up with this? I sat here while and twiddled my thumbs while you carried on what you can. Now I decided to do a little something, maybe edit a picture. Because over the time I might go to my photos and edit a picture or something like this. Now you close your phone and say, okay, like this. It's so funny. And when I'm walking the street with someone, if I stop and say, wait, come here, finish your text. Don't walk the street with your head down. Be aware of what's around you. And I think that's just out of safety and out of respect, that everyone should do for somebody. If someone's walking or something like this and they're texting, just stop. Just stop and just give them this, go ahead, baby, finish your texting. Finish your texting. I'm your companion. I'm not your guide dog. So to speak like that. Okay, and remember, dreams are nothing more than plans of waiting action. Never disrespect elderly or pull someone up. And if you haven't got a dream, a goal, an idea, don't worry about it. Just do what I do. Get as much as you can, as fast as you can. And remember, if you're lucky enough to have a woman, like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of The Temptations, once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, you better make him feel like a king. Okay? All right. I always love you more. I love you in my singing voice. Here you go. Sana ginawa ang puso ko nagsiserang Latino siya sana ginawa ang puso ko nagsiserang